Madam Speaker, let me begin by reading Section 18(1) of the Town Councils Act, since it applies to all of us. This section states that the functions of a town council are A, to control, manage, maintain and improve the common property of the residential and commercial property in the housing estates of the Housing and Development Board within the town, and to keep them in a state of good and serviceable repair and in a proper and clean condition. And B, to exercise such powers and perform such duties as may from time to time be conferred or imposed on the town council by or under any written law. Commercial property includes any market or food center developed by the HDB. For more than a decade, this is in fact goes back to the 2003 SARS epidemic, the National Environment Agency has directed all town councils to conduct quarterly spring cleaning of all markets and food centers under their charge. The quarterly spring cleaning includes all common areas, including drains, columns, floors, fans, roof gutters, and the elimination of potential mosquito breeding sites. The ceilings, the beams, the exhaust ducts are to be cleaned at least once a year. And the cost of such cleaning, including the erection of scaffolding in order to access the high areas, are to be fully borne by the town council without any additional charges levied on hawkers, since the town council already collects monthly service and conservancy charges from all the hawkers. The hawkers are only responsible for the erection of scaffoldings for the protective canvas to cover their own individual stalls when the high areas are being cleaned. NEA monitors the outcome of the cleaning exercise in order to ensure that public health and hygiene is safeguarded pursuant to Section 60 of the Environment Public Health Act.
Engineer Libiwa.
Madam Speaker, Minister said that the Town Council is responsible to clean the hawker centres with no extra charges to the hawkers. In that case, what went wrong at the hawker centres in Bedok North?
Madam Speaker, as I've explained, the spring cleaning of hawker centres, including the cleaning of high areas, has always been the responsibility of the town councils, and the costs are fully borne by the town councils. This is a well-established precedent. Mr. Lau, in a short discussion with me yesterday, agreed with this principle. Unfortunately, the Aljunied-Hougang-Punggol East Town Council, it's a very long name. I think, can we just call it Aljunied Town Council for short? The Aljunied Town Council saga has been a very long story. And quite honestly, I don't want to impose further details of the dispute on the members of this House or on members of the public. However, in the minutiae of the to and fro, I'm afraid the key issue of integrity has been obscured. The problems arose in blocks 538 and 511 in Bedok North because the Aljunied Town Council, A, denied its responsibility to clean the high areas of the hawker centers and markets. B, tried to levy additional charges on the hawkers for doing so. C, failed to clean block 538 properly. And D, prevaricated and made untrue statements to conceal this. Mr. Tai V. Shun, I believe he is the property manager of Aljunied Town Council, tried to impose additional charges for the cleaning of high areas on the hawkers on 3 occasions. Not once, not twice. 3 occasions. The first occasion was on the 8th of March 2013 at a meeting attended by representatives from the NEA, the hawkers, and the town councils. The second occasion where this claim was made was on the 26th of March 2013 at a meeting attended by representatives from the NEA, the town council, and this time the Block 511 Hawker Association. The third occasion was on the 28th of April 2013 in a meeting with the chairman of the Block 511 Hawker Association. We have minutes of these meetings. We have a list of witnesses who can attest to what was said at these meetings. Subsequently, the hawkers repeatedly asked Aljunied Town Council by email to confirm whether they would clean the high areas. Mr. Tai Wee Shun refused to give the hawkers a direct answer. Instead, he responded 3 times. 3 times by email with a stock answer. Let me quote his answer. Quote, "Spring cleaning is a practice set by the NEA, not the town council. As such, we advise the Merchant Association to liaise with the NEA directly on the requirement." Close quotation marks. Despite repeated entreaties by the hawkers and subsequently by NEA, this was the cut and paste stock answer that was issued on 3 occasions. In other words, he was telling the poor hawkers that this is not the town council's responsibility. It is NEA that imposed this requirement. Go and ask them. These emails will be made available for public viewing. Despite these facts, Ms. Sylvia Lim, chairman of the town council, Mr. Pritam Singh, vice chairman of the Aljunied Town Council, denied that the Aljunied Town Council ever tried to get the hawkers to pay more. These 2 denials were issued on the 1st and the 7th of June 2013. On the 1st of June 2013, Mr. Pritam Singh issued a statement which stated, and I quote, "We reiterate that no authorized TC staff told any hawker or anyone of any additional charges to be imposed for the cleaning." Close quotation marks. On the 7th of June 2013, Ms. Sylvia Lim issued a statement. I quote the statement, "The whole episode started with a Sunday Times report alluding that the AHPETC is collecting money from stallholders for the cleaning of the market and the hawker center." Ms. Sylvia Lim then goes on to ask, "Has any stallholder been approached by the AHPETC staff or its contractors for the extra charges? If so, please make it public. AHPETC has investigated the claim and found the claim published in the press report to be blameless." I think you made a typo error. Close quotation marks. In the light of the evidence, the meetings, the witnesses, the emails, the consistent account by the hawkers throughout this entire sorry episode, I'm afraid it leads to the conclusion that these 2 public denials by Mr. Pritam Singh and Ms. Sylvia Lim were therefore false and untruthful.
Ms. Sylvia Lim.
Thank you, Madam. Madam, I would like to make some clarifications and also ask some supplementary questions of the Minister, since he has made very serious allegations against myself and Pritam Singh's integrity. First of all, as far as obligations of the Town Council are concerned, I think the Minister would be aware that all conservancy contracts of Town Councils typically contain a clause requiring our conservancy contractors to conduct cleaning of high areas of hawker centres at least once a year. And he would also know that this is the case with Aljunied-Hougang-Punggol East Town Council as well. So would he not agree, first of all, that there is no incentive for the Town Council to get hawkers to pay extra because our contractors are obliged to provide this service in the first place? Secondly, Minister makes a lot of substance over certain emails that our property manager, Mr. Tai, may have sent to the hawkers about spring cleaning. Does he not agree that spring cleaning and annual cleaning of high areas are not the same thing? And his emails, as far as I recall the Minister talking, were referring to spring cleaning as such and not the annual cleaning of high areas. Third point is that the annual obligation of the Town Councils to clean the high areas of hawker centres, I don't think NEA goes as far as to dictate the dates of these annual cleanings. There is no law requiring the annual cleanings to coincide with the spring cleanings as such. And during our Town Council's discussions with NEA, we are given to understand that NEA is open to us having alternative dates for the cleaning of the high areas. So does he not agree that really annual cleaning and spring cleaning need not coincide? The next point is he mentioned the incidents concerning Block 538 in Bedok North, saying that we have not fulfilled our responsibilities, we have tried to deny our role and also lie about it. But does he not remember that this whole confusion started because of an email from an NEA official on the 7th of February? And in fact, if he looks at that chain of correspondence, he will see that the Town Council staff were asking NEA to confirm the dates for the scaffold erection and dismantling. And the reply that came back was that the Hawker Association will be making arrangements with their own contractors for the scaffold erection and dismantling. So how is the Town Council supposed to read that? I mean, is that something that the Town Council is supposed to be blamed for? Okay, so Madam, I will just make these clarifications for now and respond later.
Madam, the key issue is integrity. I have put forth to this House that Mr. Tai Vi Shun, whom you do not deny, is your property manager, whom I believe is an employee of FMSS, has on 3 occasions asked the hawkers to pay more. That is the crux of the issue. We can discuss all the other peripheral issues. This is what Mr. Tai has said and done. You have denied that publicly. What is your version today?
Madam, I don't think the Minister has cited any correspondence from Mr. Tai which says that the Town Council is asking the hawkers to pay extra. What you mentioned what Minister mentioned in the emails just now was that Mr. Tai was saying that arrangements with spring cleaning, those details should be discussed with NEA. I don't think Mr. Tai asked for any extra charges to be paid.
Madam Speaker, I really didn't want to go into the details, but I think since Ms. Lim is asking for it, I hope the clerk will be able to distribute a dossier of documents which will provide the details needed. I'm going to ask one more time. Did Mr. Tai Vi Shun ask the hawkers for extra money, and did he deny the responsibility of the Town Council to clean the high areas? I just want a yes or no answer.
Madam, as far as our investigations go, Mr. Tai at no point in time asked for extra money to be paid to the town council for high area cleaning.
I'll wait for Mr. Lau to get a copy. Mr. Lau, you've been in politics for 22 years. You've run a town council since then. I have known you as an honorable man for 12 years. I would humbly suggest that you conduct a careful internal investigation, including perusing the email trail, which I may not have sight of, between officers and staff of the town council, before the town council makes a pronouncement which is wrong in fact.
Are there any more supplementary questions? Mr. Willing?
Yeah, Madam, Minister has just given us a stack of documents. I'd like him to point out where it is quoted that Mr. Tai has asked the hawkers to pay extra for the high cleaning under our annual obligation.
Let me take you through the dossier. The first thing to notice in the dossier on page 7 is a quotation from ATL Maintenance Private Limited. ATL Maintenance Private Limited is not just another independent maintenance company. It is the contractor of Aljunied Town Council. And according to Ms. Sylvia Lim, has within its contract an obligation to clean all areas, including the high areas. The first irregular event is ATL's quotation, delivered by hand on the 19th of February 2013. Now, there are 3 critical irregularities with this quotation. First, the hawkers have never asked for a quotation. Mr. Lau has met the hawkers. They have told him the same thing. They never asked for the quotation because they never expected to be stuffed with this bill. Secondly, ATL Maintenance Private Limited is your own contractor. When your own contractor issues a quotation for $7,200 to the hawkers, asking for payment for work which you say is already covered by your contract, that amounts to a demand for double payment for the same quantity of work. The third point that's irregular with this quotation is that don't be taken in by this claim that the town council was confused. If the town council was confused, read carefully this quotation. It says scope of work, provision of manpower, equipment, materials, chemicals, insurance, and supervision for the cleaning of entire premises consisting of 40 market stalls. If the town council was merely confused, this quotation would have said erection of scaffolding for access to the ceiling. It will not be for the entire scope of work. So this mysterious quotation shows that something was not quite right in the town council and the way it was handling its contractor and the relations, the engagement between the contractor and the poor hawkers. Next, Ms. Lim asks for the statements of Mr. Tai. Turn to page 9, page 11. These are contemporaneous file notes of meetings that occurred on the 8th of March, when the hawkers discovered that 538 had not been properly cleaned, and on the 26th of April 2013, when the hawkers in 511, having seen what happened to their brothers in 538, got very worried. Now, both Ms. Lim and Mr. Pritam Singh are lawyers, and you will know that a contemporaneous file note has significance. Now, let me highlight the portions highlighted in yellow. Page 9. The scope of spring cleaning was highlighted by property manager Mr. Tai during the site meeting. The town? It's highlighted in yellow, sorry. Okay. Sorry. Okay, page 9, under actions taken, the paragraph reads, an urgent meeting was called by Chin Pei Yun. Now move down to the next sentence. I will read it out for avoidance of doubt. The scope of spring cleaning was highlighted by property manager Mr. Tai during the site meeting. AHTC is to provide conservancy workers during the spring cleaning, which includes manhole flushing, wall fans, toilets, tables, chairs, lighting, exhaust, oil truck, and dusting of exhaust ducting in the center. Next paragraph is the important one. Those unreachable areas, which is more than 2.5 meters, which needed scaffolding, does not come under AHTC's responsibilities. Those considered skilled workers are not provided by AHTC. Property manager Mr. Tai mentioned under the workplace safety regulations under MOM, area where scaffoldings are provided, safety supervisor and safety officers must be around to supervise the high-level cleaning works. This additional cost should be bare, I'm repeating all the grammatical mistakes, should be bare by either NEA or the Hawker Association of Block 538, Bidok North Street 3 Food Center. Now, turn with me to page 12. This is the meeting with the hawkers of Block 511 on the 26th of April. Page 12, third paragraph. The Hawker Association reps commented that the ceilings and beams were dirty and were covered with bird droppings. However, the town council commented that they will not be bearing any costs for the erecting of staging / machinery for cleaning of areas beyond the height of 2.5 meters. Mr. Tai mentioned that the cost of erecting the staging and machinery for cleaning of areas beyond 2.5 meters shall be borne by the Hawker Association instead of the town council, full stop. I don't think we need to go on and on. The point is, on 3 occasions, Mr. Tai made these claims. There were meetings, there are witnesses present, they will attest to the veracity of this. So I ask you again, did Mr. Tai deny responsibility for cleaning the high areas? And did he ask the hawkers to pay extra? A simple yes or no.
Ms. Sylvia Lim.
Thank you, Madam. The documents or minutes that Minister showed us clearly took place in the context of a discussion on spring cleaning. And he has not answered my earlier question as to whether he agrees that there's a difference between the quarterly spring cleaning and the annual cleaning of the high areas. That's the first question. Secondly, does he not accept that NEA was open to the town council conducting high area cleaning on dates which did not coincide with the spring cleaning? And third, if we look at the quotation that he mentioned on page 7 of the bundle, now he mentioned some discussion which some hawkers may have had with Mr. Lau. I'll leave it to Mr. Lau to talk about that. But he said that the hawkers told you that they didn't ask for the quotation. So looking at this quotation, this is a quotation from ATL, the cleaning contractor, addressed to the Market Association. They issued a separate press release, I think, around about early June, to state that this quotation was requested by the Market Association and does not coincide with their annual obligation to clean the high areas under the Town Council contract. Does the Minister not agree that this quotation, nowhere is the Town Council implicated in this quotation? It is a quotation by a commercial company.
You know, this is very painful. And Ms. Lim, you're a lawyer. Let's not beat around the bush arguing about annual and quarterly spring cleaning. Read the context of those meetings. The hawker centers were closed. 538 was closed for 5 days. 5 days. Why do hawker centers close for 5 days, 4 times a year? The answer is no. Look at what you yourself did in 511 after, fortunately, Mr. Lau intervened. Right? Let's not beat around the bush. I just want to come back to the simple yes-no question. Did Mr. Tai deny responsibility for cleaning areas above 2.5 meters, and did he demand extra money for that work to be done? I want to emphasize, that at all these meetings, NEA began the meeting by sharing with everyone, with the agreement of the hawkers, that this is about cleanliness and hygiene within the hawker centers. And for spring cleaning exercises, they're quarterly, right? On 3 of those occasions, when the high areas are not involved, it's only a 1-day affair. On a major cleaning, which involves the roof, you close for 5 days. Why were the hawkers in 538 so angry? I'll tell you why they were angry with you. They closed for 5 days. They lost income for 5 days. And when they came back, they discovered they had paid $140 each to cover the individual stalls, and they came back and the covers were pristine, clean. Why? The ceiling wasn't clean. And then when they inquired, they found out that your workers spent maybe half a day or a day, not 5 days. So they closed 5 days for completely unnecessary reason. They lost income. That is why they were so upset. But anyway, let's not get sidetracked. My point to you, which you have still not yet clarified, did your Mr. Tai Bi Shun tell the hawkers that the town council is not responsible for areas above 2.5 meters, and that if they wanted that to be clean, the hawkers would have to pay extra? That is my question to you. That is the central issue here. Because we believe, based on consistent testimony of all the hawkers, based on file notes and based on emails, that this is what really happened. You have denied it. Because you have denied it and your denials are not consistent with the facts, I put to you that you have been untruthful and that your statements are false. The debate, if you want to continue, should fall on this point.
Slim?
Thank you, Madam. Minister, it is still the consistent position of our town council that Mr. Tai at no time said that the hawkers had to pay extra to fulfill the town council's annual obligation to clean the high areas. And no time has he said, I don't think these documents show it either.
Mr. Lau?
Thank you, Madam. Madam, I do agree, Ms. Lim. From my understanding, the Town Council is well aware of its obligation to clean the high area of the market. And what I gather from the whole episode is arising from the misunderstanding between annual cleaning and spring cleaning. In the past in Hougang, we don't require the market to close for annual cleaning, and we fulfill our obligation to clean the market once a year. with everything, high scaffolding and all that. And thereby, I can understand the perspective of the email and whatever the meeting, because you're talking of spring cleaning. Spring cleaning is conducted quarterly, 4 times a year. Annual cleaning the high-rise area of the market once a year. So if the town council is obligated to clean also the high-rise area in the spring cleaning, then the question is, how many do you have to clean? I'm not spoken to Mr. Tai. This is the first time I read all these things, but I gather that's how it came about, because of the spring cleaning. The next issue about the ATL quotation, it is a puzzle, and I'm trying to find out who actually asked them to quote. Obviously, people ask him to quote, and otherwise they won't quote. But there's nothing to do with the town council. The town council has not asked them to quote either. What happened? I don't know. But I'm very certain the quotation has nothing to do with the cost of the cleaning the high area of the market. It is not. This is my understanding of the whole issue. Okay, because of that difference in terms of arrangement of the cleaning of the high-rise area, but there was this problem of the spring cleaning, the market closed for 5 days, but not necessarily that we were going to clean. And in fact, the town council has come out with a schedule. But I thought it would be good if you get the annual cleaning together with the spring cleaning. And thereby you save all the problem of after the spring cleaning, you come back and clean the high area. And that's why I went out to speak to them, and let's get the work together. Spring cleaning, once a year of the 4 spring cleaning, for one of them, let's do the high-rise cleaning, finish. That's the position.
Mr. Lau, that's precisely the point. There are 4 cleanings a year. One of those 4 will be a full comprehensive cleaning, including the high areas. This is not something new. This has been going on for 10 years. Let me finish. Even in 511, your town council did it last year. Of course, I think it was a different contractor, but you did it last year. So you cannot say that your staff are confused or didn't know, or that Sylvia didn't supervise, and all this is a misunderstanding. I'm afraid it's not, you see. The evidence is incontrovertible that your Mr. Tai said, not my problem, anything above 2.5. It's clear. And he also said, and not once, you see, on 3 separate occasions, with witnesses, you want it clean, pay me extra. Now, that is the crux of the whole matter, you see. Unless you say Mr. Tai is not your officer, not your authorized officer. But my understanding, and when I checked, I understand that he's an employee of FMSS, your managing agent. He is the property manager of Aljunied Town Council. So what he says, those words have to be taken seriously. What he says is the position of the town council. And you have asked for money, you have denied responsibility. And I've tried to show you in my answer. Right? We are not inventing new rules here, It's been around for 10 years. Everyone, including you, when you were personally supervising our town council, had no problem. We had no problem working with you. But now, I don't know whether it's lack of supervision or people somewhere in your organization, someone is trying to cover up, we have this unnecessary distraction. That's basically that's why I said, we can discuss all the minutiae that Sylvia wants to. But the simple crux of this matter is, what did Mr. Tai say and what did he fail to do? And to me that is very clear. And because that is very clear and backed up by evidence, I find the denials, the public denials by Ms. Sylvia Lim and Mr. Pritam Singh very, very troubling. Let me make this further point. Politics is a contest for power. But the key principle when you have power is don't take advantage of people under your charge. and always be honest and upfront with your people. All of us will make mistakes. But when a mistake is made, just come clean and say so. But don't cover up. That's why I have not let this go. Because it is not about cleanliness of the ceiling. It is about clean politics. And I appeal to you, because I know you to be an honorable man. I appeal to you, go back, do a thorough investigation of what's gone on and what's gone wrong in your town council, and put it right, set it right. I have confidence that you will do so, Mr. Lau.